In this week's episode, Claire finally gets to visit St Michael's Mount. We climb thousands of stairs and I get jealous of another man's sausage. Early 2022 we sold our business, went full-time travelling.
Come and follow us, see what we get up to.
So we've been at Sourdeval now for 3 nights. We've got to go today. We've done 72 hours, that's the maximum you're allowed to stay in the air. The air is right on the edge of the village. There's cemeteries behind us. There's a big sports complex, but it didn't seem to be used very much. But there's tennis courts, playground for the kids. There's space for about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 10 motorhomes. There's Peggy there, sat there. There's free electric, there's free water. Never seen that before. It is a fabulous little place. I would actually consider moving here. Population of about 3,500. A couple of restaurants, butchers, bakers, a couple of supermarkets. It is really, really pretty. Even the locals seem quite nice.
So we left Sourdeval, I think we're saying these words right, this morning. Well, we tried to leave, but then we ended up stopping because we spotted a market with a brass band. Had a little mooch. We've worked out where we're going to stay the next couple of nights. We've got some geocaching and cycling to do tomorrow, but first of all we've come here. I wanted to come here for many, many, many years. We're finally here. And for some reason I'm surprised at the size of the operation here and how many hundreds and thousands of people are here. If you look, as the camera's going round towards the back, if you look round this way, the queue back there for the buses, what you can't see is the queue keeps going on round the corner. There's hundreds of people. Sorry, thousands of people. But right now we're going to go and explore up there.
Oh my god, talk about busy. The queue just for ice cream is mental. Absolutely rammed full of people. We'll probably find out it's one of the most visited tourist sites in France in a minute. There are some quite narrow passages here as well. I've got no idea where Claire's going.
Neither does Claire. That was narrow.
Even for our big bums. Oh my god, she's found another one. I know we've got to get to the top quick. Number of steps of the day are adding up. I'm knackered. So the entrance to the Abbey is more stairs.
So, we've made it in, we've raced all the way, got a little bit warm on the way, running up lots and lots of flights of stairs, and guess what, we're inside, there's more stairs.
So, we are actually inside the Abbey at the top of St Michael's Mount. The church is huge. If I remember rightly, something's been here since 966, so 1,200 years old.
Something like that. There's been people here longer than that, 600 and something, I think. Oh, you're testing me now.
But in 1971, some Franciscan monks took over.
75.
75 they were formed, sorry, and they came here in 2001. So yes. For 21 years, monks and nuns have lived here together, separately, and they meet 3 times a day for prayer.
Since 708.
There you go.
There's been somebody here. So the church has had several fires. I think in all, she said the Abbey's had 12 fires, so different parts have had to be rebuilt at different times. There's one section that was never rebuilt. It was a prison for 70 years. It's always had 30 monks, apart from one century it had more. And it was a prison for 70 years, and during that time had 14,000 prisoners come through here, which is an incredible amount of people. And I think she said about 600 of the monks were imprisoned here because they refused to sign after the French Revolution, because they refused to sign away their power and their privilege. There's no tapestries and paintings and ornaments because the French Revolution and the 100-Year War and all sorts of things, other wars as well. They've all gone missing. So the true treasures here is the architecture and the history.
So there are apparently 373 steps to get from the bottom up to the top here. And I think
that's just to the church, and I think that's inside the abbey. Is it? Or is that from the bottom? I don't know, we walked up a lot of steps. But yeah, there's a lot of stairs that go the same way but a different way. Or no, they go a different way but to the same ending. There's just stairs everywhere.
Anyway, what we're trying to say is that 300 odd steps to get up, and then there's thousands of steps here. Actually millions of steps, thousands of doors. There are chimney places galore. There's a huge one in here. There's actually two in this room, because this room used to be a library, the scribe room, so the monks used to sit here and scribe, and the fires were kept going to keep the static temperature in here. Whereas when they ate, the room they ate in didn't have a fireplace, so they froze when they ate, and they came in here and warmed when they worked.
Well, the books have got to be looked after. The monks have them, but the books have got to be looked after.
So it's well, some morning. I couldn't tell you what day it is. I seem to have lost track. Claire will shout and tell me.
I haven't got a clue.
Anyway, so yesterday we spent the day up here. So we come back this morning. We cycled over rather than get the bus, because it wasn't actually as far as it looked, and we thought we'd take a walk around the base. The water doesn't come up this far generally. Mud flats are huge. It is warm. It's sticky. It should have rained last night, I think, but it hasn't.
That's good.
On yesterday's tour, the lady told us that this fortress was guarded by just 194 knights against when the British tried to invade. You can see why now. These walls are huge. They've got to be over 100 foot tall in places. Rock, sand, sinking mud. Yeah, no wonder it's being kept and never actually been taken over. So in a moment of madness, Claire decided that we should do one of the hardest geocaches, difficulty 5, today. That involved walking from Mont St Michael across the massive mud flats, sand, lots of mud, to Tromby Lane. It's about a 2 kilometre walk across the mud. As you can see, Claire is up to way deeper than her ankles in mud. You do get stuck here. A lot of people get stuck and get rescued. We didn't realise until we actually got to here that you should come out with a guide, but to be honest, we've been following lots of different groups, so we feel quite safe. We're following the same trodden path as everyone else. We've done the geocache. It was difficult, but it was brilliant to do one of that difficulty. Never done one. We're heading back now. We got to be back. Crab. Little crab. Anyway, so yeah, we head back. We're going to cycle then all the way along the causeway, back over to there, and then we're heading off to a little stop we found yesterday in the forest. We are on about kilometre 8.5 of 10 today. We've just done 37 geocaches and have just clocked our 700th 700 geocaches. We're on 99 so far this month. I've just checked the stats on my phone. It's been a beautiful walk. It has been overcast, warm,
and keeping it cool. It's been lovely. Most of the walk was on like a greenway, which we assume is an old railway, so nice and sheltered from the sun, lovely and cool. But the second half has been through the villages, been through a bit of farmland, giving us a chance to be nosy at people's houses and gardens. But yeah, it's been lovely.
To be honest, I've still got no idea what this place is called. I've got no idea at all. We've had a lovely walk this afternoon. We've done some geocaching this morning. We are sitting in the square. That's the town hall, not the village hall like I keep calling it. Sat in a bar. The beers are now €7 a pint, not 9, which is lovely. We're working out what to do next. I think we're going to head south. We're going to go and see family. Basically, I need to log into Wi-Fi, so I'm going to I'm going to
gate
go
crash
there.
their house whether they like it or not.
Basically, drink their cellar, have a few beers. I might have a few beers yet tonight. And I think Claire's going to make a phone call to Daddy saying, can we come and stay? See you soon, Mike. So I'm taping somebody who really shouldn't be doing it. This is the world's greatest bar food. He's got a whole salami sausage. He's got cherry beer. And the fat bugger is eating it all by himself. He's not even sharing.
I have never seen Tom so jealous of another man in his entire life. He wants to be that man. Nobody else but that man, right there.
This is a really fabulous little village that we're in, or town now. I do love the way they've got all these chicanes, I suppose in the winter when the water is running fast. There's public toilets, some lovely little square. There's lilies everywhere, you can't really see. There's lilies in the water. It is a lovely little place. Now we're going back for a beer and dinner.
We go back for a beer, are we?
We are.
Just for the beer.
No, dinner as well, because we're hungry, or
Yes.
Claire is.
I need to eat.
Let's go.
There may be more beer.
Join us next week as we head down to the Dordogne.